Welcome back to Don's Life. Welcome to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to have a very detailed look at the 2016 Cadillac Escalade behind me. This is the 4th generation model year, running from 2015 to 2020. I'm going to go through every feature that this specific one has, bumper to bumper. In case you're thinking maybe buying one, picking one up used, prices are going to be dropping here as soon as the new one is released in 2021. So let's have a closer look. First of all, you can get the Cadillac Escalade in either 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive configurations. This one here is 4-wheel drive. In trim levels, you can get the base model, the luxury collection, which is the one behind me, the premium collection, and also the platinum edition. So the Escalade of this year came in 9 different colors. This one is raven black, but I have wrapped 3/4 of it because Don likes to have his stuff look custom. All right, let's look at some of the exterior features. So first off, we have the molded mud flaps instead of the rubber ones that I do not like. I prefer the molded style. We have the 22-inch wheels. These ones are factory, but we customize them by putting Plasti Dip on the inserts. That's 4 years old, so it's holding up pretty good, and there's a little bit of road rash there, kind of expected. Not by me, that'd be the wife doing that. Don't tell her I said that. We have fixed running boards on this model. There is a fold-out option that's automatic when you open and close the door. But in Canada, the problem is the cold weather causes issues with them, so the dealers don't bring in very many with that option, but it is available. We have our door guards here. I didn't wrap those, I wanted to keep them on there. And then we have our convenience entry with proximity sensor, so that'll unlock or lock the door by touching the button. It's also on the back doors, and you can set it to unlock all doors or just unlock driver door. Like most trucks, there are tow hooks. So there is one behind here and one behind here. Those are standard. Under the hood, we have our 6.2 liter V8 with cylinder deactivation. It has 420 horsepower with 460 foot-pounds of torque. Back here is our concealed Class 4 trailer hitch. So there's 2 little screws. You back off here, and then you pull it forward, and then I don't want to scratch the wrap here. Pull it up. And you can see the teeth grab in there. There's your trailer hitch and your 7-pin harness adapter. Easy to put on. Perfect. Like many vehicles, if you're carrying groceries and you want to open the hatch, you're supposed to be able to swipe your leg in this area and it will open, but 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work for me. Okay, so you can open the window here. So this panel here, we can fold the seats. Just hold it down like that, and that'll fold flat. Hold down the other one, that'll fold flat. And if you can see the second row, there's these buttons here. If you push the button once, and then twice, it'll flip it up. And I'll do that one there. So if we push this button twice, you do have to manually pull the seat down. The buttons will not do that for you, but these ones it will. Inside there's a hidden cargo compartment. In here we have a net for your cargo. I'm going to keep that out actually, we could use that. We you have some neck pillows for travel. We have an adapter for your fuel tank. I'll show you how to use this. It's very common now on vehicles. If you're trying to use a gas can, if you run out of gas, the gas can spout doesn't fit properly, so you need to use this adapter. I'll show you how to do that right now. So if you run out of gas and you try to use a gas can spout, it won't work. It will not go inside. So you have to use this adapter, which is included. That goes in first. You'll feel it actually open another valve, and then you can fill from here and use your gas can. Very handy to remember that you have this, otherwise you cannot put gas in here other than at a pump. There, I've installed the cargo net for your viewing pleasure. This will come in extremely helpful because we have watermelon that we might buy or groceries that tend to want to fall out and lean against the door when we open it, so that's awesome. On this side you have a 12-volt accessory socket. We also have an accessory socket here for the third row seating, as well as 2 cup holders here and 1 cup holder on that side. You have all your seat anchors here for child seats. In the back, you're met with very comfortable leather captain's chairs. The doors are actually quite nice. We've got suede here, we've got leather wrapping here, small cup holder, and various pockets in the door for things. Speaker down here. There's also a button right here beside the second row seats. With the push of it, it will fold the seat. Push it again, it will flip the seat up, allowing easier access to the back row. I'm 6'1" and it's not the most comfortable back seat. I can buckle in, but I just don't have the leg room. But for kids, it's no problem at all. The second row is pretty good for someone of my height. Decent leg room, comfortable. We got the armrests on both sides. It's a headroom. Got my own vent right here. Got my own vents down here. Okay. In this edition, and there are some with more features, back here we have your standard 3-prong outlet you'd find in your home for smaller gadgets like your laptop. Plus we also have another 12-volt adapter there. Back here you do have your own climate controls. Everything is touch sensitive. You don't actually push on these metal pieces, you push on the symbols, and that will control what it does. And I think that's one of the most confusing things when you first use one of these Cadillac control systems is you think these are buttons and they don't work and you're wondering why nothing's working, but that's not where you're supposed to be pressing. Inside the door here you have the ever popular wood trim. Not my favorite, but some of the models above this you can get a dark gray ash or smoked looking trim. You have your lock unlock there. So with the key fob, mine's key fob number 2, it will automatically set the driving position when I start the vehicle to my preferences, including the steering wheel. Right here you have your window lockouts. You have your child lock so they can't open the back doors, and then you have your 4 window controls, and then your mirror adjustments, as well as your folding mirror button right here. We have our 8-way power adjustable with lumbar support driver's seat, passenger seat as well. These are leather seats with suede inserts and the Cadillac inspired emblem right there, with adjustable headrests. Over here we have our heads-up display adjustments. Here you have your interior light adjustment for all your gauges, making it dimmer or brighter. We have our headlight adjustments here. And then this has auto setting for your four-wheel drive, 2 high if you're just going to use the rear wheels, and then you have your 4 high and 4 low. Usually I drive it in 2 high. Depending on the conditions, you might want to leave it in auto, which we tend to do in the winter time. The stock here is for all your wiper controls, for the rear wiper and the front wipers, as well as your ability to flash your high beams. This vehicle is also equipped with an auto high beam feature, so it will turn the high beams on automatically when it senses there's no oncoming vehicles that will be blown away with your bright headlights. Our hazard button here, and our very standard General Motors in every truck of this era with the tow haul button. The steering wheel is fully adjustable with this knob here, to telescopic, retract it, any position really. If you shift the vehicle into manual, you can control the gears manually with these buttons here. And then down here you have your CD player or DVD player if you are parked. In the center console, my latch is broken. This is covered in one of my other videos about problems with the Cadillac Escalade. Haven't fixed that yet. You have another 12-volt adapter, 2 USB adapters that will charge your devices as well as interface with Apple CarPlay. In here you have 2 cup holders, and then you have your center console with a induction charging mat for wireless charging. Unfortunately though, it's a first generation mat in this one. The newer models, even 2017, should be compatible with a iPhone 10 and newer. In here there are face masks, gloves, because it's still COVID-19 out there. But we have 2 USB ports, a 3.5mm jack for audio, and we also have another 12-volt adapter. In some models you can get, there's quite a bit of storage in here. You can see it seems bottomless. This can be a cooler to keep your drinks cool. Up here we have our Nextbase dash cam. If you want to see the install and features on that, it's in one of my other videos. I'll leave a link here. We have our auto dimming rear view mirror. We have an auto dimming driver's mirror as well, with the signal light built in to indicate to other drivers that you're intending to turn. You have your OnStar buttons here. SOS, if you get in a crash, just push that and they'll determine your position and send first responders. You have your courtesy lamps here. You have your home control, so you can set 3 different garage door openers. You can open the back tailgate here at 3/4, set it to off or maximum opening. You have your sunroof tilt, or you can slide it all the way back. And you can turn the courtesy lights on and off with this switch right here. Here's our tilting sunroof. Here's our opening sunroof. Plus you have a privacy shade here as well. In the headliner you have various sensors and microphones for your Bluetooth calling. So whether you're the passenger or the driver, it does a good job of noise canceling, so you can be heard and also hear people while talking to them at high speed. We have our Bose sound system, 3 speakers in the door, speakers in the dashboard. We have our leather wrap dashboard. We have the suede inserts continue through the middle to match the doors. We have leather down the console. We have leather on the console lid. As you can see, it leather puckers here after a while from leaning on it so much, so that's pretty normal. This is 4 years of elbow wear and tear. Both sun visors have courtesy lamps that pop on when you open the mirror, and they turn on nice and slow. Gives it a little more of that luxury feel. Instead of just auto on, they slowly get to brightness and they're LED. These sun visors also articulate, so you can cover right to the edge of the back of the window. There are illuminated door sills for each door. I just have the all-weather mats protecting the original carpet, but that's what those look like. We have our front camera here. We have cameras on both mirrors. And we have our rear view camera right there. We have this lovely welcome screen. Transitions over to here. One of the nice aesthetics about the Escalade is the piano black finish on all the controls. As you can see, not many things indicate what does what, including the steering wheel. But as soon as you turn the vehicle on, they all come to life, indicating what does what. Temperatures for driver and passenger, fan speed, and then you have auto temperature, you have your defrost, rear defrost, fresh air or recirculated air. All right, here's the controls on the left side of the steering wheel. So this is your voice recognition or voice control. You have a crash alert system, which will notify in your heads-up display and also vibrate your seat. You have your call, answer, and hang up. You have heated steering wheel, and then you have your cruise control adjustments. On this side, you have volume up and down, change your track or radio station, and then here you can customize all your gauges. So I won't go through every option, but I'll just show you how you can customize whatever section you want. You can also go to options here and completely change the look of the display layout. So we'll change it right here. And you can put a lot more information on this one here. A little more customizable anyway. Alright, so in the center console, if you hit the home button, it'll take you to the main home menu. And you have all your typical options in most modern vehicles. If you do connect your Android or Apple device, you will have CarPlay as well. On the left side here, you have your power adjustable brake pedal and accelerator, so you can move them closer or further away. You have adaptive suspension, so you can have sport mode or regular, and that'll just stiffen up the suspension or relax it. Your only way to open the glove box is this button here. There you go. You have your parking alert, so if you're trailering, you'll want to turn that off. Otherwise, the sensors will be going off all the time, driving you crazy. This is a lane departure warning system, so the seat will vibrate as well as your heads-up display will indicate if you're veering outside the lane. How does it do that? There's a camera in the bottom of each mirror that looks at the lines on the road and determines if you're crossing them. If you're signaling, then it knows you're changing lanes and it won't set that off. You have your traction control. A lot of people like this. It's just a tap for your volume where the arrows are here, or you can slide. The slider is probably the easiest way to do it. You can turn off the system if you hold down the power button here, and it will just leave you with the temperature and the clock. Turn it back on. One of the neat little features in here too is, although none of these are buttons, there is a touch sensitive panel right here which opens a secret compartment where you can put your sunglasses. There's a USB cord there, and the storage is pretty large. And to close it, you simply just touch that again and it will close it and conceal everything. I won't go through everything in the menus, but you have your climate control, which will give the passengers in the rear the ability to control them, or you can lock it out. All pretty straightforward. On the infotainment screen, you have shortcuts along the top to get to your main applications, or you can always just hit the home button and get to everything. And again, I'm not going to go through all of these. I think they're pretty straightforward, but you can, customize each little setting to a pretty decent degree, but that's pretty standard these days. All right, that was a quick walkthrough of all the features of our 2016 Cadillac Escalade. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. I have 2 other videos, a little different, about the Cadillac Escalade. I'll put the links below for those 2 videos, but one is everything wrong with this Cadillac Escalade, so that's all the problems that we've had, and then 10 things that I like about the Cadillac Escalade. So make sure you check that out. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And for those of you that are subscribing, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later.